Hey, good people, welcome to my channel. Thank you for your subscription, your likes, your shares, and for waiting on this page. If it were not for you, hii page angekuwa mali iko sahi. And it's all thanks to you guys for your support and for trusting that you can get actually legit information from this channel. So bila ku waste your time, let's jump right in. So don't get kuongelea about a few things that I feel are the key causes why people get denied their visa, and I'll expose 7 things which I feel are the major causes or reasons why you might get your visa denied. So the first one is failing to submit your DS-260 on time or missing the submission deadline. Unajuanga hizi visa zinakuanga based on first come first serve. So failure ama kuto submit hizi nini on time inamaanisha nini? Inamaanisha nini yako itachelewa. So the best option that you have ni submit on time. So that is if all your documentation checks out. Umerealize documentation yangu zote ziko sawa, acha ni submit. Now make sure umeproofread. Usiandike tu for the sake of kuandika. Zingine nakuaga unafanya vitu ina rush, then baadaye unakuja kugundua mzee nimeke mistake. So na hakuna comeback kukumbuka. So DS-260 ikiwa imeenda. Sasa kuna wale tu wasiujazanga vitu polepole. Unaweza unlock DS-260 yako. So sema umerealize, for example, kama una passport, you can fill in that DS-260 and submit it. But once you get passport, you can request the USCIS to unlock it for you so that you can add your passport. Because you need, but me na prefer ikuwe tu ushatengeneza hiyo document. Ni vital. It plays a very important role. So usidelay nayo. Maybe the reasons out beyond your control that you are able to get that passport. But as long as you can, make sure uko nayo on time, even for your family members. So the earlier you do it, the better the chances of getting that visa, because nakuanga ni first come first serve basis. So ukidelay, shauri yako. The next one, my second reason I feel watu wananimwaga ni inconsistent information between your DV entry and your DS-260. Example hii DV entry yako ina read, let's say like my name is Anthony, yeah? Ina read Anthony Kinyaga. Ama DV entry yako ina read your official names, but now come to DS-260 it reads something different. Would it be possible to even proceed with your processing? So itaanza kuscrutiniziwa. So the best thing to do is make sure that your DV entry and your DS-260 are a replica. So musemanga during the process of applying ama your DV entry yako unafanya nini? Take screenshots za hiyo information. Kama ni page 1, page 2, page 3, take screenshot. Unazisave mahali. So when time comes utanid hizo pages unaenda tu na refer. Na make sure that nilifanya hii na hii, this is what I failed. Kuna wasengine wakamani upata msee aliandika hana mtoi kwa DV entry, afu akaona wacha sasa niseme ukweli, wacha niseme niko na mtoi kwa DS-260. Msee hapo utafanya nini? Hiyo kitu haita go through. Want to disqualify you because you lied in your initial entry. So be truthful from the get-go. Write all the information and truthful about it, because sasa watapendi uongo. The moment when I realize unaanza uongo, unaanza kuwa na red flags mingi zinyongezi avoid in the first place. So make sure that your DV entry and your DS-260 match. Information is consistent on both accounts. So the third point is not including all eligible family members. Now, kwa hii family members nita categorize into 3 sections. So So category 1, eligible family members is spouses. So spouses, let's say for example me and my wife, so I will add my wife, and if the wife has one, the wife will add the husband, legally married. So how do you prove you're married to someone? You have to have a legal document in your home country, which is a marriage certificate. For those guys who have been living together without a marriage certificate, might be a bit tricky to prove that this person is actually your wife or your husband. In instances they do, but the process takes long, and it's tedious because now it's back and forth with the registration, the registrar of marriage, blah blah blah. So our process takes long. I don't know how your home countries handle it, but hapa Kenya inakuwa a bit tricky, so you have to do that on the get-go. So I would advise you kujua kama mnataka nini, solemnize your wedding, get nakuwa 21 days kunini marriage, civil wedding. Enda pale nini, fanya hiyo story malize, and you'll have your marriage certificate once you leave that premise. So hiyo ni category 1. Category 2 tumesema spouses. Category 2 would be your biological children that you've gotten in your marriage, and these ones are under, all these children by the way are supposed to be 21 years below. So don't try to add anyone who is above 21 years old. Kuna mdemali madhalishinda akatrai akamtoiwa, which is a sad story, and it's not a laughing matter, but it was funny in this sense. Why do you even add your niece to that process? Atuni mtoto wangu nimemweka hapa kama mtoto wangu, aje sasa? How do you even do that? Maybe nijua kuwa na information, which I understand, but still didn't make any sense to me. So try as much as you can to get information before you submit your DS260 ama you submit your entry. Usemangafanya na msi anajua hiyo process vizuri, akuproofreadie juu pia kama ni msana kujazia, make sure umekaa naye hapo as anajaza, una verify hizo information zote, na mkimaliza unachukua confirmation number yako na email address yako unaiweka. Si mtu anakufanyia mbali na wewe uko tu hapo, wewe anakufanyia mbali na wewe umengoja tu anakutumia. Watu ni nasty huko nje mse, so be very careful. So that's the second category. Category ya 3 ni adopted children. So how there's a legal process that has been followed for you to acquire the children, and you're the legal custodian of these kids. So make sure that they are under you and have been entered. Kama ni kwa DV entry, make sure that you add them, because that's where it starts from. You can't fail to add them in your DV entry and expect to add them in your DS260. It starts from your DV entry, So make sure that you added them all through. Now that is legally, if you have the documentation to prove it, add them. Now the other criteria is, let's say like watu wawili wamemarry, and let's say for example nikuja na mtoi kwa marriage, we get married, ama wife yangu wakuja na mtoi mwenye si mimi ni biological parent wake, so automatically these children become my children, or that child becomes my child through marriage legally. So I don't need to go to a court to prove. The only thing I will need to provide, maybe for documentation purposes, is my marriage certificate to prove that actually she's my wife and that I married the mother with. Get automatically they take up your status. So that hapo hizo ni criteria zingine nimekava. So kama una fall kwa hizo watu wako na fall kwa hizo category, fear not, there is always ways of handling things. But key thing, make sure there is a paper trail. It becomes easier. So I say, so point number 4 is not meeting the educational work experience requirement. I think hapa ndio watu wengi pia udundia juu one reason or the other, maybe hakuwa na documentation enough. Akaona the best option ni kwenda ku doctor certificate. So kulikuwa na story hapa kitambo, sometime back, a lady had won with the family, akaprocess kila kitu, but sasa kitu hakuwa nayo ilikuwa ni KCSE certificate. So what did she do? Alienda pale mto barabara akafanya ile kitu. So asha get KCSE certificate, si ameenda nayo embassy, kaambiwa nini? Haiwezi. One, security pictures. Huko papers zinakuanga na security pictures. Sijui kwa nini usienda through that. Na pia, what makes you think that the United States government doesn't have access to our system to be able to verify this documentation? What makes you think that they don't have access? They can always verify in our system and check and verify that these documents are not genuine or they are genuine. So usijidanganye hapo ati utaenda doctor. Kura tu doctor hapo. Tashikwa tu. So mdema kuwa na hizo certificate. Akaenda ka doctor, akafika kaambozi. Na usama mpesa hiyo process yote. Mimi na imagine ile ndio kwa melipa hapo. Process wase wote. Wase wanne. So imagine for what for? So afadhali tu cheze safe. So that is, so there's a way of getting it. So kuna kwa 2 years working experience ama requirement na kwa 2 years work experience ama high school diploma. So lazima umeti hizo criteria mbili. So what if kama hauna KCSE certificate, what do you do? So one, I would suggest sit for your exams. Book exams privately as a private candidate hapa Kenya. Uende useme kama ni hii mwaka. Useme kama niseme hii mwaka tunangoja the results in May. Uwe register last year. Last year the whole of one year unapiga shughuli. Una nini, una make sure umefanya. Then by the time inafika November, na kama unafanya exam. Then come May sasa ukishafika May inapata kama uko na certificate yako. That's one way of getting it. So what if you are unable to get that certificate? Na maybe uko job. Ushaanza job, maisha yako imekuwa ni busy. So what do you do? So police uko job, unaweza kwanza confirm kwa website ya DV, ya dvstate.gov. Uangalie relevant work experience. Ataksioni gani? Kuna dema kuwa na certificate. Na alishinda, alikuwa amewin green card. So alikuwa anafanya kwa children's home. Alienda kaambia mdosi, ni aje mimi nimewin green card but sina KCSE certificate. Mnaweza niandikia recommendation letter? Akaambia mdosi ya kwanza alikuwa amefurahi sana. Kama andikia recommendation letter chap. Mdema kaenda naye embassy. Na ikakuwa approved. Na hii ni true story, hii story ya Jado by the way. So those are the things that if the information. So na wish kama mdema alikuwa ameenda ku doctor nini KCSE. Angejua hivyo mapema angefanya hivyo. Unaona? But in lack of information. So make sure that you have information at hand. So those are the ways you can acquire your documentation. So let's move on to point number 5. Point number 5 ni failing to prepare for the visa interview. So hapa wase wengi huwaga wanaona ni kama interview ni tu just a formality. Sijui ni kwa nini. Watu wanatake it so laid back. But umefika interview, hauna cash in terms of, unajua one of the requirements ni lazima kuwe na USD. So USD inamaanisha lazima change kama ni whichever currency that you in, you're supposed to have the US dollar currency. Unapata msia akona Kenya shilling kwa M-Pesa. Anafika hapo unaweza kuambiwa go pay. Unaweza I have it on M-Pesa. We don't use M-Pesa here. So make sure that iko $9. Enda change dollars. Kuna ni fulani hapo before Trattoria. When you're heading towards Kenyatta Avenue. Kuna inaitwa Satellite Forex Bureau. Wanakuanga na exchange rate poa sana. So the other secret ni kwa banks wanakuanga na higher exchange rate. So utapata una lose dough in the name of trying to change. So I would rather you go for this local forex zalo za Somali wanakuanga na rates poa sana. Banks watakusosi. So exchange dough inakuwa easier. So make sure uko na cash at hand. The other requirements ni documentation zako ndo sasa pia wana verify hapa. Kama una hizo documents itakuramba. Utaanza tu kujipata uko kwa na inconvenience zenye hata hazi make sense. So the earlier you check them out, the better. So solution tu ni ku prepare in advance. Carry all the documents, have a sponsor, na kitu kingine by the way hapa kwa sponsor. Did you know that you can have a sponsor separately and also have a host? Yes, it is very possible. You can have someone to sponsor you, and you can have someone to host you. So that makes it kuna wala se uogopanga sema mimi siwezi mahost wanakuwa wanasema mimi siwezi host, mse hiyo nini expensive. But it is possible to be hosted by someone and have someone else sponsor you. hiyo ni the financial burden of it. Alternatively pia unaweza kuwa na do yako, so do yako inamaanisha uko na do and unaweza jisupport. Ukifika huko tena msana kupatia malazi na nini, na pia usiende ufike huko kwa mlezi ati umekaa sisi uko na do umekaa tu dosta anaenda works umekaa vyombo ni yeye. Hapana msee, haifai kuwa hivyo. Wewe ndio mgeni, wewe ndio unafaa hapo ujipatiane. So hapo hujakuja kukaa, unakuja kusaidiwa. Wewe ndio unasaidiwa, usikae the vice versa. Sawa si? So ji prepare mapema. Have all the documents na payment, unajua payment ni how much na nini. So I think that should be okay. And to point number 6 ni skipping or delaying the medical examination. Tunapata kuna wasi wengi wana delaying sana kuschedule medical exams zao. Just kama za TB zinakuwaga na require multiple visits. So kienda hapo unaweza miss out on your deadline because of delays. Maniget. So ukienda hapo unapata umeskip ama umedelay, una hizo test na require multiple visits. Nini yako inaweza kuwa utamiss deadline ya visa. Na tunajua zinakuwa na deadline. So ukimiss ni hivyo, hiyo chance imeenda hivyo na hujui hii itakaa lini. So make sure tu uko acquainted na hizo timelines, yeah? So the other part, to our last point, is ignoring the visa bulletin and case number progress. So visa bulletin kama ujui inakuwaga ni just information inakuwaga released by the USCIS regarding the available visas, 1. 2, which case numbers will be processed and which case numbers will not be processed. That means which cases numbers are current and which ones are not current. Ukiangalia, if you go deeper, unaangalia case number yako kama ni high case number ama ni low case number, itakusaidia sana. Ile time current ni case number yako inakuwa current, you know how to proceed, na kama si current, you know how to proceed as well. So make sure that you are well acquainted with those jargons. Si hard na si rahisi. I would recommend someone who is an immigration expert, someone like Britt Simon, who is an immigration expert regarding the DV process. He has very good information. You can always check him out on YouTube. He will guide you on that. With the tons of videos on YouTube, he is well acquainted with the visa bulletin and the whole process. So check him out, get acquainted with the information. Yeah. So kama una find information useful, like, comment, subscribe for more tips on DV lottery na pia stories of visa, the US and any other visas as well. Can always give information. Information is free. Mr. Lipisha. So I'll give it freely. So subscribe, like, share with, and thank you for the support. Peace out.